Hi and welcome to the Let's Talk For Real. This is hosted by myself, Christopher Mattox, and Hannah Robson.
Hello.
Where we just sit down, talk real opinions, real issues, and real talk. And how do you think the last episode went?
Really good, I guess. I mean, it's mainly about bullying, but we did have some other important topics about.
Yeah, it was quite a depressing one,
It
but
was, yeah,
real things need to be spoken about.
definitely.
Triple digit views.
Triple digit, yeah. 300, what was the last one we checked? It was what?
305 was the last time we checked.
305. No, I saw it was 304 views. But before it was 178 views. Then it went to 300, yeah. So, yeah.
So, let's open us up. It's your time with the funny joke.
The joke, I found this quite good. I ate a clock yesterday.
You ate a clock.
Yeah. It
Okay.
was very time consuming. Get it? I like that one.
I get it. I thought it would have been like 788 or something like that.
No, that one's good.
Alright, so does this country care about obesity, us being obese?
In a way, I feel like it's getting nowhere. I feel like in the past, it was like scrunched up in a ball and tossed in the bin. But obviously now in the 21st century, I think the UK are starting to open their eyes and go, oh my god, there's too many fat people going on. What's going on? Obviously, we have to blame the food, I guess. Not the food itself, but people themselves are just not controlling their eating.
But do you blame that down to the people, or do you blame it down to the government? Or the food that's in front of them? Because with Brexit round the corner, if it does happen, who knows? If it does happen, you'll still get food in, obviously, but you're gonna have a bit more restrictions about what food they can get.
Definitely, and I've heard that with TV, they stop doing fast food ads from 9 p.m. because a kid could be watching TV and going, "Mum, a burger now," because
Yeah, kids, I swear kids are supposed to be asleep at 9 p.m. anyway.
Exactly, but some stupidly stay up at gone 11, which is stupid. So. Neither of us why anyway. So yeah.
But on a statistic I'm seeing here, in 2014, 62%, that's a lot, in England especially, 62% of adults were classed as overweight.
62%?
In 2014. Now
that's
I'm assuming
half.
in 2019, 5 years later, it's gotten worse. I can tell anyway, just by walking around. It has gotten worse. So imagine what that is now.
Probably much higher than it.
And slightly, still within the same topic, but would you class fat people as disabled?
Sorry I have to swear, but no, it's disgusting. I mean, whereabouts we live in now?
Because what if we have a fat man right now watching this, he can't get out of his room because he's, 62 tons and he can't even move, and he's watching this now.
That's his fault, I'm sorry, but I don't class it disabled. That's being lazy and eating too much. Me, I have a reason to be a bit chubby because I was on steroids for a long time. I got chubby cheeks. Obviously, I had thin cheeks, but now they've gone boof. I mean, my stomach has grown a bit. I mean, that's allowed. But I was able to stable it and be good with my food. But that's just not that's not an excuse to get
disabled badge and all the
disabled
perks.
Please offer me a seat because I'm massive, I'm fat, I'm lazy and shit,
You just see these fat people riding around with their little buggies.
That just really
Get out of my way, I'm fat. I need food so I can stay fat, so I can keep my disabled benefits.
No, that makes me so mad.
And then another stat here, right? Adult obesity in England has risen from 15% in 1993 to 26% So it's rose 26% in 2016. The age group of is overweight is slightly between 55 to 64. Well, I think that's normal, to be fair.
It is normal, but you still...
As they say, dad belly, innit? Your dad at more or less that age.
Yeah, and true. I mean, I've seen a kid outside, remember? He's always chubby. I mean, I feel like his mum's feeding him, like, everything he wants. I mean, he's obviously
Yeah, so that's you blaming the parents now. That's not down to the government. Parents.
I know, it's not about the government, no, but it's the parents that are given, what's it called? Given their own way in food what they want to eat, not what they need to eat, and keep healthy and have their nutrients.
But the way I see the government could help you get these nice healthy foods that are good for you, and then for instance you've got, I don't know, let's say you've got a, what's the shop, not Waitrose, Waitrose, because they do a lot of healthy stuff.
Waitrose is good, but
let's say they've got a Waitrose and you've got a McDonald's right next to the Waitrose.
Yeah.
Where are people going to go?
McDonald's.
Why?
Because it's cheap. Well, you think it's cheap, but the meals down there are like, there's a burger in there for like 5 or 6 quid, and you're like, I'm not going to buy that.
It is cheap. I could just get a mayo chicken for 99p.
Yeah, true, And with...
Or a snack wrap, £1.50.
£1.50, true. And
or a medium fries, if I'm not wrong, for £1 or something like that.
Yeah, about £1.
It's cheap. It's quick food, and it's just there all the time. But if the government were to perhaps advertise healthy food more and make healthy food a bit more cheaper and affordable, people might go for it.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'll be delighted to shop at Waitrose and go, what's a decent price? Not crazy expensive, let's bugger off,
But not necessarily, because I don't think they could change the prices at Waitrose and stuff, but I'm just using that as an example, as like, definitely. They can do something to advertise these healthy foods more.
Yeah.
Instead of on TV, the latest burger at McDonald's, quick, it's limited time only until whenever it is. They're only out there just to make a quick cash grab.
I don't know, I just don't like it. It sometimes makes me physically sick inside.
And here's an interesting stat you might find.
What? The
overall cost of obesity to the wider society is estimated 26 billion.
By 27, you mean?
Oh, sorry, yeah, 27 billion. The UK-wide NHS cost attribute to overweight and obesity has predicted to reach 9.7 billion by the year 2050. In other words, to be fat is costing this country 9.7 billion.
Yeah, because people getting heart attacks and end up in hospital going, I can't breathe. I wonder why.
Because you've got so much fat inside you.
Fat and
and the heart can't pump the blood.
Yeah, exactly. And then you got those clogged arteries and the shit. Your blood won't pass properly like it will.
Because a friend of ours has passed recently, well, not family friend of mine, has passed quite recently, a few months ago. And when I heard the news that she passed, I was shocked, don't get me wrong. Upset, sure, I was. But I wasn't too shocked in the sense of why she died, because she had an unhealthy lifestyle. I believe she opened up her own smoothie thing or whatever, but she smoked. I believe she probably ate like unhealthy food quite often. So, of course, it's gonna affect your health. Yeah. That's why I'm saying, and it's costing the government money. So why not just, as a businessman or businesswoman, as a business, why not promote something that's gonna save you money then? By promoting healthy stuff.
It's instead of like smoothies.
No, smoothies are
smoothies,
healthy.
Yeah, smoothies are good.
They could promote them.
Promote more smoothies, like what you can mix together with fruits and have a smoothie machine or something. Do what you can really.
And here we are. I'm actually on the government website now. Obesity and the food government. Scale of obesity, nearly 2/3 of adults, so that's 63%, in England were classified as being overweight in 2015. See, these are all different stats for different years, but it's just so you guys can compare. And then I've got a lovely picture here. In 2015, oh yeah, that's basically, oh okay, 68% of men were classed as fat, compared to 58% of women who were classed as fat. So you get more fat men than fat women. I guess so. In England, the prevalence of obesity among adults rose from 14.9% to 26.9%. Oh yeah, again, that's something else I already read. Of every 100 adults in England, you get 2 underweight, 35
healthy weight. So healthy weight is 35
out of 100, and then 36
overweight a bit, then obese 24, and then 3 morbidly obese,
which is like you're fat as hell basically.
Fat, yeah. I mean, I could be like between
overweight.
Unfortunately, a bit overweight, but that's allowed. I mean, I'd be more curious if I'd be more worried if I'm losing weight.
Speaking of children, 28% of children aged 2 to 15 are overweight or obese. That's more of a quarter. So let's say you've got 4 children, one of them's going to be classed as overweight. That's mad. Younger generations are becoming obese at earlier ages and staying obese into childhood. Out of every 100 4 or 5-year-olds in England, there's 1 underweight, 77 healthy weight. That's good then. 13 overweight
and 9 obese. Could be a bit better, but it's all okay.
Decent, but it's not a healthy look for the government. And I don't know what the stats are exactly, but I'm sure in terms of weight, we're probably coming up to America. Because no disrespect to the Americans, but a lot of them are overweight, and I'm sure we're heavily approaching them soon.
Definitely, because with their food portions, they're medium. No,
our medium.
Large. Our medium is small, and they're large.
Our medium.
Our medium is their large. No, they're
no. So our large to them is a medium. But their medium to us is a large. That's how it works. It's ridiculous. And yeah, I mean, I could talk more, but I think everything here.
I did read about the cancer side.
Huh?
Here. Scroll up a bit. Scroll up. Up.
Increased risk of of course, you get increased risk of cancer.
Yeah, we know that. Cancer. I don't want to hear that now, do I?
Yeah, but we already know all this anyway. Obesity, we know this. Yeah, I mean, obesity and health. But there's nothing on this on the government website. They just basically say, this is this, this is that. But they're not saying, okay, but this is how we're going to solve the solution. Oh, okay, this is interesting. The factors behind obesity. Behaviour, environment, genetics and culture. I agree with that.
Yeah, but they're the 4 most top
factors that come into being fat.
Yeah.
So behaviour, how you behave. Like if you've just had your heart broken, of course you do that.
Yeah, you're going to be stuffing your face like I did, I think.
Exactly, or the environment.
I stuff my face, but I'm still thin, man.
Yeah, but you've got the environment as well, which could be like advertisements and stuff like that. Genetics.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, talking of, you see my dad, he was quite fat, isn't he? But he's old.
Here?
My dad.
Yeah.
He's old, but he's big. But the thing is, I might have inherited some of his, but not as much.
Yeah, but my dad, when he was about my age, he was thin. You've seen a picture.
Yeah.
He was thin as hell. He was a stud back in the day.
Yeah, I know. When I first saw you, were like a stick, man. I didn't want to touch you.
What's this? 80% of meals were eaten out of home in 2015. Yeah, that's another thing. Like I said, because it's fast food, it's quick, you can eat. Why waste your time at home cooking? It's like, actually, some people are going to have...
I'm too tired, I can't bother to cook. Let's get a takeout.
Or something that says here, physical activity, like many people can't be fucked to pay for gym or whatever. So they just can't be bothered with the exercise.
I wouldn't mind to pay for gym again, but it's a waste of money.
That's the thing.
Yeah, gym is a waste of money, but the thing is, it would make me get out of the house.
Okay, now they're advertising something good.
Okay.
The toolkit has been created to help local authorities in England work with smaller food outlets such as takeaways, restaurants, bakers, sandwich and coffee shops, mobile traders, market stalls, corner shops, leisure centres,
children's centres and private nurseries.
Yeah, but what are you doing to those places? Understanding the barriers to change.
Talking of nurseries, when I was like a toddler, my God, the amount they fed us absolutely healthy. When I was in nursery, I got a plate, I got a healthy sandwich, but it was white bread. I mean, white bread is sometimes bad for us, but for me, obviously, I was allowed to eat. I had white bread, I got a piece of fruit and then like grapes, banana, and until I got up to my junior school, my primary school, and high school, when I was there, everything I felt like was so unhealthy. It was nothing but carbs, pasta, maybe a bit of veg and fruit. But now my high school today, bloody hell, the amount of healthy food they're doing there is unbelievable. It looks decent now because we've had because my high school's had 3 different head teachers, and this one now is way much better, 100% better. Not obviously I haven't gone back to the school yet, but he's done a good job. I mean,
but here's what they're saying is what they're doing to help, right? They're creating limited menus with more healthier options, which is very good. A lack of space.
Lack of space in what way? Lack of space and right equipment or skills resources to prepare cook for healthy options.
Okay. The fear that fresh fruit and vegetables would be wasted and lose outlets' money. Okay. So, fair enough. Here we go. How the local authorities can help. The types, whether or not... most of it's just rubbish at this... Oh wait, hold on. Here we go. So reduce the portion size and reduce the price while you're at it.
Yeah, so instead of being a medium or a large, make it like
extra small.
Extra small.
Reduce fats. Well, easier said than done. Reduce salt. Yes. Definitely they need to do that. There's way too much salt in everything these days. Same with sugar as well. Increase the content of fruit and vegetables and fibre. Yes. This is what I'm saying. Promote healthier options. Producing healthier ingredients in food. Yes. Yes. So they do have something, but it's like near the bottom of the website.
Yeah.
But if they just stick to what they're saying they're going to do, then I'm all for it. It will help.
I mean, I've watched several films where it says it's the year 2045 or 2100, and Earth is obviously still here, but there's less fat people, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but you can't judge that.
You can't judge that.
Look at Wall-E.
A movie. Yeah, but Wall-E was different.
Wall-E is the most realistic one, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have too much rubbish on Earth, we're going to have too much satellites, and we're going to have to go up in space into this cruise ship.
Lazy.
And
depend on machines until they kill us.
Thing is, being in space, you have to keep exercise and moving because you'll get, bone loss or fat because you'll forget how to walk. I mean, there's hover chairs, and I found that quite realistic, like you said, really realistic. I mean, I found that quite scary.
But going back to your school, would you say, you don't have to say where you work, but would you say in work in general and education, is it different? So like, the people, are they different?
Definitely a lot. I think it's more stricter in a way.
You think so?
Not stricter, what's another word for strict?
Organised?
Organised, more disciplined, I guess. Because with college, you can go in for like a few hours when you're meant to be, for example, being from like 9 till 4, which you can actually go from 9 till 12 if you want to, and stay in a class, and you can just leave if you want to. With work, you have to be there. For example, me, 7 in the morning till like 3. That's mad for me. I mean, I'm exhausted every time I come home.
and I'll prove you wrong by giving you an example, right?
Yeah.
So, again, we're going to use Timmy or Jimmy, whatever his name was from the last episode.
His name is Jimmy.
Alright,
Yeah.
okay, Jimmy has to go to college. Now, Jimmy is in level 3 college.
Okay.
He's been working very hard for this.
Mm-hmm.
And he's never been late because he knows if he's going to be late.
What course is he doing?
I don't know, he's doing
business?
Video and editing.
Video and editing, okay.
Because he wants to be a YouTuber, yeah.
Okay.
So let's say he's doing that.
Yeah.
Now, he's been late twice, and he knows if he's going to be late again, he's going to be off the course.
Okay.
Now, it's the same way as if you go to work and you're late, they give you a warning, maybe a second warning, and then you're sacked.
Or you can have, because where we work, it's like, there could be like a meeting or something. Like
a first warning, / your first meeting.
Yeah.
Second warning, / your second meeting. Third warning is you're sacked without warning. See, I'm saying it's not different. Tell me the difference.
It's more disciplined because when you're working, you have to stay at work at that time. With college, you can leave any time you want.
No, you can't.
Well, with my college, everyone does that, which is stupid.
That's down to them, and then they get kicked off the course then. We'll go back to... No, I'm going to stick with college actually, because college is strict. Because if you don't... Yeah, you get baboons that just do that all the time, but they're not going to stay in the course because the course or the teacher in charge of the course is going to go, no, I don't want these man coming to my course with all the stats. Look, he's only here 50% of the time. He's costing us money by just being here. Let's get rid of him.
Yeah, true.
And work are going to be like, oh, this girl, she's not coming in all the time. She's costing us money. We're paying her for her to what? Be late all the time and make us look bad. They're going to kick you out the job. It's the same thing. That's what I'm saying. You can say, oh, college is... No, work is more strict.
I think I mean the environment's different.
Because, again, I'm going to disprove you with that. But with being strict, college especially, that's your... Well, okay, we're going to include uni. Uni is your final step, realistically, before you get a job, right?
Yeah.
If everything goes well, that's your final step. And what uni and college as well, what they both do, they prepare you. They, as my teacher would say, I've given you all the tools, now go out and apply your tools. So in other words, you have the knowledge, now go and use your knowledge in work. So if you're taking a piss in college, you're going to be doing the same in work.
Oh, fair enough, yeah.
You're going to be getting those same idiots that you got in college doing the same thing in work unless they don't learn. That's what I'm saying. It's no different. It is no different. And even the people, say you've got the class clown, you're going to have a class clown at work as well. You're going to have a strict teacher / boss at work and school as well.
Yeah, but I know, because with being at work, obviously if you have a strict boss and you get to work like every day, you're not late, you do your job. Obviously you have a strict boss, but if you do your task what you're meant to do, he'll be cool with you, you know. He'll be like,
Because my store manager at where I work, he actually didn't really like me that much at first.
Why?
I don't know, but Irish charm eventually got to him. And the other day he actually spoke to me. He was like, you know what, I like you, you're a good boy, keep up the good work. He actually said that to me like a few days ago. I was like, yeah, just when I was doing an apprenticeship, I think I told you the story. Everyone, not particularly, okay, I'm going to go with the, what would you, I forget what you call him, the head guy in a site.
Head guy in a site, I don't know. He wears a different colour.
Black. I know he wears the black hat.
What's the blue hat then?
The blue hat is the one below him. Oh. I'm just going to call him the site manager is probably what he's called.
Yeah, site manager.
And he hated me. I know he did. If he's what I know he's watching this, but I know he hated me. And I can understand from his point of view, because I'm just a kid. It's my first site. He don't want the responsibility of whatever I do to go back on him. But I was a hard worker. I kept going at doing what I was doing. And he really liked me at the end of it. He was like, keep up the good job, I like you, you can go places. But as Hannah knows, it flopped.
It flopped like club.
But, so I quit with that. But the point is, most people I know, they like me. They get to like me. Why?
Because you're always there, I guess. You're always there. You do what you need to do.
And I'm outgoing.
You're outgoing, and you chat to more people.
Yeah.
Know? Well, me, I do as well.
But he hated me at first. But the point I'm getting at here is like, you're gonna have the same sorts of people that you had at work and that you had at college.
Yeah.
You're gonna have the strict one, the trash clown, the snitch, which everyone hates.
Oh yeah.
Whether it's college or work, you always hate them.
Exactly. When you want to report something that you don't want to say your name, you're like, I want to be anonymous, but this staff or customers acting a bit weird,
But yeah, that's what I mean. Obviously, it's no different. I don't think it's any different. You don't agree?
I feel like now everything explained, I understand, and yeah, I feel like it's no different
It's
at
the
all.
same.
It's the same, yeah.
It's the same story, just different book. Literally, it's the same. Or shall I say, it's the same book, but different chapter. Because it's still within that same book, the same premise.
Definitely.
And moving on to my favourite part of the show, what's the score? Like I said, last week we didn't do it because of FA Cup, and I just quite frankly can't be asked with FA Cup, especially since Arsenal got knocked out.
Yeah.
Now we're not going to really speak about that because it doesn't need to be spoken about.
Yeah.
So we're going to do so we're recording this on Sunday. We're going to predict the games for Tuesday and Wednesday.
Tuesday and Wednesday.
So
okay.
the Tuesday and Wednesday coming, yeah?
Yep.
Now I'm going to, obviously, the Arsenal game has to be included because I'm an Arsenal fan. So Arsenal are home against Cardiff.
Okay, it's going to be... I don't think it's Cardiff... How is that? Depends how their defence is. I mean, talking about Cardiff. I mean, with Arsenal...
Cardiff are third from the bottom.
Well, and plus Arsenal's defence is going down, so...
Yeah, but Cardiff's attack ain't exactly world class.
Yeah, I know.
They're third from the bottom.
I'd say... It's really hard, I don't know, because you never know what Arsenal's going to do. So I'd say it would be 2-1 to Arsenal.
I'm saying 3-2. Now the reason I do a high score is because the team has to look at themselves really hard after that defeat and say to themselves,
let's go champ.
yeah, that's it. But seriously they do, because that performance against Man U was disgusting and the attack is going to have to step up. Now I say 3-2, Cardiff are going to score 2 goals because our defence is quite practically non-existent. You've got Kishoni injured again. Socrates got injured in that last game. Rob Holding's injured. So, who's that leave? Mustafi.
You mean Mustafi?
Yes. He's the only actual centre-back we have left, apart from Monreal, who you can put there, but that's pretty much it, apart from like the youngsters who I don't even really know much about, to be honest.
Yeah, I think they should use one of those really good youngsters, especially against Cardiff City.
Yep, because it's only Cardiff, why not try them out?
Exactly.
And this is quite a tough game, it's still on a Tuesday. Wolves versus West Ham. Wolves are home.
Wolves,
Oh yeah, I said my prediction.
Wolves
Go on.
versus West Ham, yeah?
Yep.
You didn't get Wolves against West Ham, did you?
No, not yet. You go first, because I don't want my...
Wolves against West Ham, okay. I'd say... Wolves against West Ham. I'd say... Because Wolves are quite good, aren't they?
They're in quite good form, yeah.
Yeah, so 3-1.
3-1?
3-1 to Wolves, yeah.
You know what? that's not bad. I'll actually agree with you on that, to be fair. I think that's possible. West Ham's defence ain't that nothing special. Wolves, right now, yeah, they're on top form.
And plus, Jack Wilshere's always injured.
That's got nothing to... Listen,
I know, because he won't be in the squad.
That's got nothing to... Listen, they've got Nasri, yeah, so...
I know, yeah.
He's quite good. And... Spurs... nah, that's quite a... Actually, yeah, Spurs versus Watford. Spurs are... Well, technically Spurs are home, but they're homeless. So Spurs are home.
And I've got no Kane or Son, have they then?
Yeah, but just to tell you, this is the Wednesday, not the Tuesday now.
Okay, so Spurs against...
Watford.
2-1 to Watford.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to say...
I really want them to win, I tell you.
Yeah, because it'll help Arsenal.
Yes, it will help us as well.
But I'm going to say a close 1-1. I can't really see Spurs losing it, even though like half their squads is practically gone and injured.
Yeah.
Like no Dele Alli, no Son, no Kane. They've still got Eriksen. But like, I can't see them winning the game, but I can't see them losing at the same time. So that's what the score. So tell me, what's happening?
What's happening in the news? Well, let's see what's trending first on my phone. Cocaine in Thames endangering eels. Now, obviously, you know eels, all sorts of wildlife are still living in the Thames, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And they unfortunately found cocaine being washed up on the river. Now, I wonder where that cocaine come from.
Obviously drug dealers, isn't
Obviously,
it?
yeah. And also, where does cocaine originally come from? Remember Gordon Ramsay on cocaine?
Yeah, it came from Colombia.
Colombia.
Yeah, from the Coca-Cola leaf.
And obviously, he, I bet no one's watched this before, he met this farmer and he had to be, obviously, his voice changed and covered up, and so obviously he wouldn't be recognised. And the amount of shit they put in to make cocaine just to make it white powder.
Part of it was battery acid as well.
Part of it was battery acid, it was like fuels. I mean, I don't know how people take it today, but it's disgusting. I mean, my God. I mean, poor eels, they must be getting so high.
They probably died, to be honest.
Yeah, poor eels, I bet they die. I mean, because it's not healthy for especially the environment as well.
Exactly.
And I find it really upsetting, and I find a bit shocked that now today we found cocaine washed up on the Thames. So yeah, that's one of the most my top news I've got on my phone. And the second would be, I found this interesting. As you know, you hear about the US government having a shutdown. Not shutdown, shutdown, innit? Not shutdown. Fuck, what was it? US government shutdown or something. I heard about that.
Yeah, I don't really know much about it.
No, because I do. Obviously, I read some of most of the news on my phone, and you don't. So yeah, and it's been said that US government agencies set for Monday restart, so they're coming out of their shutdown, and everything is going to go back to normal.
With Trump in charge.
Unfortunately Trump in charge. So yeah.
So how much normality can you have?
With everyone at the White House, obviously there was no chefs available, and guess what they ordered? Pizza. They got pizza in for all the staff, and I mean, like, poor chefs, I bet they're like...
But speaking of the US, they also passed the law to have no transgenders now.
Well, in the military, yeah.
Just in the military or general?
I saw, like, in the military, now he's extended to in general. I didn't read that bit.
Yeah.
Obviously in the military, and I just found, do you know what? I don't care what I say on this podcast. I just hope someone assassinates him, and I'll applaud them, because he's probably the most... I'd say he's the most deadly virus living in America right now. I'd say.
Yeah, I'm sure more than half the Americans would agree with you on that one.
I don't care. I mean, it's my opinion. I mean, most people here hate him of a vengeance. I mean, come on. He even walked when he met the Queen. He walked in front of the Queen. Don't ever do that. It's the Queen. I feel like he didn't give a shit.
Yeah, well, to be honest, neither do I.
Exactly, no one gives a shit. But me, you do not. I mean, walk in front of our Queen for God's sake. I mean, bloody hell. It's, you know, and yeah, the restart is everything's gonna go back to normal tomorrow, so Monday, this was posted about 3 hours ago.
Okay.
So it's quite recently. So shut down, yeah. So it was shut down for 35 days, which was quite longish.
Didn't even hear about it, to be
yeah.
honest.
So left 800,000 workers to go unpaid, which is disgusting. I mean, come on. Third and final one is this, I totally agree with this, is working mothers are up to 40% more stressed because on top of them having work, then leaving for maternity, having 1 or 2 kids, and thinking, right, I'm going to be here looking after such and such. Timmy and Jimmy. And I've got to think, when can I actually go back to work? But, I've got, send them to school, get a babysitter or something. It's all about going different directions.
Yeah, well, people class working mother as an actual full-time job
anyway. Full-time job. Yeah, because it is, you're looking after someone 24/7. I mean, a child or baby can't look after itself. You're there 24/7.
Well, speaking of children,
what?
Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Now, shout out to, what's he called? I'm going to look
Colin,
up on my...
your guy?
Yeah, Colin. Shout out Colin. I'm going to shout out to the podcast as well, Nast, Save, Loaded. Check them out. Just check them out on Twitter because I can't leave a description because I don't know what it is. But
you can find out what the description is and put the link in.
Yeah, but to be honest, I don't want to.
Oh my gosh. But you're in this column.
But yeah, he asked me a question. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Now, there's very variables where we could take this. So, I don't know if he meant me, myself, or the podcast, or the planet in general. Well, actually, no, it says yourself, so it must be us or the podcast. Yeah. So we'll do both. Where do you see the podcast in 10 years?
Hopefully successful, and it's booming the internet. I mean, it should
with 5 million subscribers?
More than 5 million subscribers. I mean, it should have more of an influence on the whole world of what's actually going to happen or has been happened, you know.
And if that does happen, one thing's for sure, we won't be recording this in my bedroom in my mother's house, that's for sure.
Yeah, we'll be in
living at large in LA, boys!
LA? No, I'm going to LA.
I'm joking. But, yeah, I mean, that's the hope anyway. In 10 years, we can only hope that this podcast does hit off. And I can quit my 9-to-5 job.
You're not doing my 9-to-5. I work more hours than you.
No, but a 9-to-5 is basically a description of saying a retail job. Yeah. That's a 9-to-5. But yeah, that's my hope for the podcast in 10 years. And if you guys want to help, then all you guys have to do is join the journey, like the video if you enjoy, subscribe to keep up to date with all that stuff, and comment for any ideas you may have. But in terms of myself, without the podcast, I hope to take the next step in my career, in my job, which I'm quite close to doing. Having, I say my own place, but renting my own place.
You're renting.
Because it's in London, even with Brexit, still can't afford that.
Well, unless we've got some, you know, we've suddenly won the lottery, and then that would be different.
Yeah, but if I was to look up the stats now, it's going to be like less than 1%. I know that for sure. It's less than 1% chance of you winning the lottery, especially the jackpot. But yeah, I hope to be well done out of here before the 10 years. 10 years I'll be 34.
You'll be 34.
Damn.
I'll be 32. Oh, I'll be 32. I don't like that.
But
I don't like that.
yeah, probably kids as well at that stage. Hopefully, anyway. I mean, yeah, that's all you can hope for, really.
Yeah.
What about yourself in 10 years?
Myself in 10 years, I'm hoping to make my way up the ladder in Tesco.
Yeah.
Bit by bit. I wanted to do an apprenticeship because I mentioned to my manager, this was last year, I forgot when last year, I was like, oh, I'm interested in an apprenticeship with Tesco. He goes, oh yeah, good, but you know, it's a different site that you can go on. Not a site, but obviously a course, like, obviously it's all about learning while you earn.
Mm-hmm.
But with I don't know how it works out at the moment, but when I mention it again this year, I can hopefully understand more what it involves and now which do I want to go for team leader, like you are hopefully soon.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to do admin or back of, you know, office work? I mean, for my thinking about my health status in the future, hopefully doesn't get worse, touch wood, I would have to do an office job because I don't want to be running around and making myself feel much more worse. I mean, that's what I'm mostly thinking about. I mean, I'm hopefully to go far in this career and make a successful of myself and that.
Well, speaking of work, yeah. On to the next topic. How do you deal with arrogant people at work, or even, again, we'll compare it to tonnage as well. How do you deal with arrogant people at work or tonnage?
Especially if it's at work, or can you deal with arrogant? I mean, I could never deal with. I mean, they're so rude. I've had experience with too many arrogant people.
I'll give you an example, right? Let's say someone comes in your workplace and they start shouting the odds going. In fact, I'll give you my guy as an example.
Okay, yeah.
Let's say he came in and he started. Well, he didn't start shouting straight away, of course. You weren't that crazy, but he was like, "Excuse me, he's not taking my pounds." And I was like, "Oh, okay, sorry, what's the problem?" So he's not taking my pounds. I was like, "Alright, just calm down. Can I see the pound, please?" So don't you dare tell me to calm down. I'm like, "Can I just see your pound, please?" He's like, "Fine, here." And it was the old ones before they'd done these new ones.
Yeah, the new ones, yeah.
Now, and then I said to him, "I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we can't take it because
it's the old one.
It's the old one. The government has made these new ones." And he's like, "What do you mean? I use this all the time. What do you mean I can't use this?" And I was like, "If you just let me explain. Where's your team? Where's your supervisor? This is ridiculous." Now, he didn't even give me the time to explain. Like, there's only so much you can do in situations like that. But then the team leader, even she tried to explain it to him. He wasn't having none of it. And funny enough, the same guy came back to me about 2 weeks ago, which I didn't tell you, and he was so apologetic. He was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, you know, I can't believe I didn't know. It was advertised everywhere. I don't know how I missed it." I was like, "Do you understand now? I don't know how you missed it. It was advertised, I don't know about buses, but it was advertised on TV, Facebook, any social media app. And probably most websites you go on, it was probably advertised as well, everywhere. Like, how do you miss it?"
Unless they're a little hermit in their home, so yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that's the only case.
Yeah.
But that's the question. How do you deal with arrogant people like that?
You just try to act calm, talk to them, and if they don't listen to you and they start swearing and shouting at you, I mean we have the power to say, "Sorry, we can't serve you." They'll be like, "Why?" "Well, you're being too rude and arrogant and blah." God, we won't say arrogant. We'll just say you're being too loud. you're swearing a lot, you're shouting, you're making the customers feel uncomfortable and our staff, please leave now. You know, we have the
and you're disturbing the peace.
You're disturbing the peace, yeah.
And another thing, yeah, for example, let's say, with one of my examples again, I had an Irish customer come in, and apparently he was barred, so not barred, what's the word, banned, right? I don't know why, I actually haven't asked, and he was being very aggressive to the, what do you call him, security guy?
Yeah.
Saying, what do you mean? Why am I barred? Is it because I'm Irish? And the security guard was like, no, sir, it has nothing to do with your race. I was like, this is freaking ridiculous. Where's your manager? And the manager then came and explained to him why he was banned, sorry. But I don't know why, but I doubt it was anything to do with his race. But then his missus walks in, and she's doing the shopping and all that, and he's outside the window, and she's like, oh, let me just go get my husband to help me with the shopping. And they was like, no, sorry, you can't do that, he's banned. And she's like, what do you mean? I need him to help with my shopping. And he's like, no, sorry, he can't come in, he's banned. And then she started making a scene, and then she got banned.
Oh my god.
After she paid and all that, of course.
Oh my god.
But like, there's only so much you could do when it comes to dealing with these arrogant people, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Like, honestly, there's only so much you can do. And on that, we're going to end all the topics today. And got a fun fact, which I am nowhere going to try this out because I don't have the symptoms.
What?
Do you have a headache or migraine? Because if you do, submerge your feet and hands in hot/warm water, okay?
Okay.
And put a bag of frozen peas on like the back where your headache is, yeah? Now, this helps because the heat on your extremities pull the blood from your head, and relieving some/all of your headache. So like, because you've got heat here and cold there, your blood don't know where to go, so your blood is like circulating quicker.
Oh.
So your blood is like, so it's like helping to get rid of the headache somehow.
Oh, I don't know. So I don't have to take no painkillers or anything then?
No, just dip your feet and
hands
in hot water and put frozen peas on your head and headache gone apparently.
I'll do that in the future then.
And to the guys listening, just do what I said. To the ones watching us on YouTube, just look at this picture and basically the writing that comes with it, if you can see. And that's basically what they want you to do. But, I mean, I'm sure there's other ways to do it. But, yeah, we're done for this week. And if you guys want to leave us any topics that you want us to discuss, any advice you like, then email us. All the links are down below. See you guys next week.